Hi everyone, welcome back to the Programming Fields, where we simplify full stack development with real world examples. In the previous two videos, we built a powerful file upload system using Laravel 12 plus React plus Inertia, and we covered drag and drop multiple file or image uploads with preview. Also, we implemented client-side image resizing and compression using browser image compression. But today we are taking it to the next level and moving everything to the backend using a Spatie image package. So this is going to be a complete backend only image processing tutorial, and in this video you will learn how to optimize image file sizes, convert formats like JPG to WebP or AVIF. Also we will see chain resizing, cropping and quality adjustments. Then we will save the files locally and we will handle non-image file uploads gracefully. So buckle up, this one video covers everything you need for production ready Laravel image optimization at the server side. So I'm here at the official website of Spatie image, and here we have the quick introduction. This is image manipulation package, and this offers several functionalities for handling images like resizing, cropping, and we can add other effects including watermark and text. So in order to start with this server-side image manipulation, firstly we will have to install this package in our Laravel application. So I will quickly jump to this installation and setup tab. And here we have this installation command. So let's quickly copy this. And let's navigate to the terminal. And here we already have the Laravel 12 application with React Starter Kit. So currently I'm going to implement in this project itself. I'm not going to create another project for this. So I will open a new tab here inside the current project. And I will paste that command. I will hit enter. And this is installing the Spatie image package. Let's wait for a moment. And yes, the installation has been completed. Now let's jump to the project folder. Let me collapse this window. And here inside the composer.json, we have the new package added as a Spatie image. Now we will be moving to the implementation of image compression at the server side. So for handling the file, as of now, we already created this manage files component. Okay, from here, we are dragging and dropping the file. And when we drag and drop the files inside this area, we have a quick preview of the image after resized. So let me show you that. So I will just select these two files and I will drop it inside this draggable area. And here we have the preview after resized. Okay. So this is client-side compression. That means when we just drag and drop the file, here this resize and compress the selected images. Now when we'll click on upload, the file will be uploaded to the storage. Okay. And we will get the success response. So at the client side, the image compression functionality is already implemented. So we will have to handle it at the server side using a Spatie package. Okay. So we already installed that package. Now we will quickly jump to the code editor. And here for handling the file, we have already created one controller, which is file upload controller. From this index function, we are rendering that component of file uploads using Inertia. And this is for storing and handling the files. So from here, firstly, we are validating the file, which is coming in the form of array. And here we are uploading the files. And after uploading, we are returning the success response. So this is how currently implemented. Now here, before uploading the images to the storage folder, we will compress that using a Spatie package. So I will quickly modify this code in order to compress the images using a Spatie. So firstly, I will just remove this variable $response. And here I will just capture the variable name as original path, because in order to compress the images using the Spatie or any server-side library, firstly we will have to store the original image to any folder, and then from that folder we will have to load it, and further we will have to compress that file or image, and we will have to store it in another directory. So if we'll jump to the official documentation of Spatie again, here inside the basic usage, so initially we will have to store the image in the storage, and from there we will have to load that for the compression. Now in order to compress the image, Spatie uses image driver, which is Imagick or GD. GD stands for graphics driver. So you have to make sure you have enabled any of these driver from your PHP INI configuration. Then you will be able to compress and use this package for image compression. So here this is choosing one driver for the image compression, and this has chosen GD for graphics. Also instead of GD we can use Imagick driver just like this, and further this will apply the manipulation. So let's start working on this, and firstly we'll import this namespace inside our controller. So let's copy, and here let's paste it. Now in the next step, here we will store the image in our default path, and from there we will load it for the compression. And also for compressing the file, firstly we'll have to check if it is type of image again, because a Spatie image package will be able to compress image only. So here before uploading to this, I will just check MIME's type, and for this we will be using file get MIME type. Okay, so this will return MIME type as image or other depending on the file. So I will capture this in a variable as MIME type, and firstly let me dump this MIME type here. I will navigate to the browser, and here I will refresh the application once. I will open the developer console, and I will drag and drop one file inside this. So I will select this one, and I will click on upload. Yes, so we are getting the MIME type as image/jpeg. So anything related to image slash, that will be considered as image only. So based on this MIME types, I will add condition here in order to check if it is image only. Then we have to compress that. So I will remove this dump and die, and here I will use if str starts with, so I will be using str helper function in order to check if that string, that means if that MIME's type starts with image. So I will be using image slash just like this. Okay, now inside this if condition, we have to proceed for the image loading using the Spatie image package. So firstly let's import this str using this illuminate support str, and for storing the file, here I will be using public directory. So inside the storage app, this will generate one folder as public, and there we will have files directory, and in which this will store the original image. So after storing the original image, we will have to load that for the image compression. And for compressing and resizing the image at the server side, I will be using a Spatie image load function, this one. So here we will have to load the original image by passing the path here. So let's use this image facade here, and here we will use load function. Now we will have to import this package using a Spatie image. This is already imported. Now inside the load function, I will pass the original path. Okay. Now here I will capture this response in a variable as, let's suppose, optimize image, and I will use dump and die optimize image just in order to check what we are getting the response. Let's navigate to the application, and let's try to drag and drop one more file, and if we'll click on upload, this said file does not exist at path. So we will have to check that. Firstly, let's put dump and die here for this path, because we will have to pass the full path here. And if we try to upload, this is returning files/image name. Okay. But here alongside this file name, we will have to return the full path using this storage. So we will write a storage path function here, just like this. And here we will have to concat the app, because in the storage, we will have the app folder. If we'll navigate to the storage app, here we have the public/files folder. Okay. So inside the storage, we have the app/public. So this will return the full path. Now if we'll check, let's upload one more image. Yes, this is returning full path here. And let's try uploading one image. So I will select the same image and I will click on upload. Now this said class Imagick not found, because by default it was mentioned in the documents itself. The Spatie image package uses Imagick driver by default. Okay. So in the case, if you don't have the Imagick driver installed, we can change this to GD. And for that, we will have to use this function in order to load the image with image driver. So I will be using use image driver function instead of load. Use image driver, and inside this we will have to pass this driver name. So I will be using GD, and currently I have the graphics driver enabled in my PHP configuration. Further, I will be using load function, so we can use this load file function. So let's add this load file function, and inside this we will pass this full path. Okay, this is done. We can use this driver in this string as well instead of the constant. So now let's come to the browser and let's try to upload one more image. If I'll click on upload, yes, this has returned the output of that image driver. And if we'll expand this, we have this image compressed using this GD. All right. And this is the original path. Now we have to save this original image in a new directory. So what we will do, firstly we'll create one more directory to store the optimized image, which will be done by a Spatie image package. So here inside this loop itself, I will create one destination path, and inside this I will be using storage path again, just like this. And I will pass the path as app/public, and inside the public, I will be creating one more directory as optimized. And here we'll have to pass this file. So here we will pass the file hash name, just like this, so that this will have unique file name for every file. Now this will return the destination path. So if we'll put dump and die here, just to check what it is returning as a destination path. So in the browser, again I will try to upload one more image. I will click on upload. This has returned the full path after uploading that image. Now we will be using this destination path for saving the image, which is loaded using a Spatie image package with this graphics driver. So after this load function, I will use save method, and inside this we'll have to pass that path. So we'll be using destination path, just like this. Let me collapse this window. Okay. Now let me remove this dump and die. Now before checking this, let me just remove the all files from this public storage. So I will remove this public folder itself. Now I will navigate to the browser. I will refresh and I will try to upload one image here. I'll click on upload. So this said that directory does not exist. So if we'll check inside app public, we have the files folder, and here it has not created the optimized folder. So we will have to create that here by using make directory command. So after this full path, I will create one variable as optimized path equals, and inside that I will just cut this file path and here I will paste it. Okay. And here I will link this with a storage path itself. Now further, I will check if not file exists this optimized path, then I will create it. So I will use mkdir command, and inside this I will pass this optimized path and we will have to set the permission. So I will give the permission as 0755 and I will set this to true. Now further, we can use this directory. Now inside the destination path, we can use this optimize path and we will concat this file hash name and we can append slash just like this. So this will return the destination path here. I will check. Now let's navigate to the browser and let's try to upload one more image. Yeah, this has returned the optimized path as a storage app public. Inside public, we have one more directory as optimized. Now if we'll come to the code editor and if we'll check inside public, we have files which is storing original image, and inside the optimized, this will store the optimized image. So let's remove this dump and die so that this can store the image in that destination path. Okay. Let's check once again. I will upload one more image. I will click on upload and yes, after uploading the image, this has returned the response here. Now if we'll check inside the optimized, this has uploaded the optimized image. Now in order to check the differences, here we have the resolution as 1732 by 1152 and the image size is 92 KB. Now if we'll check the raw files, this one, this has resolution as 1732 but the file size is 176 KB. Okay. Even if we have not compressed the image, this has reduced the image size only when we loaded this through the driver. So now we will apply formatting and other uses inside this. So inside the image manipulations, we have resizing images. Here we can set width or height. Okay. So let's try to apply the width and height over there. So I will break it into new line just like this. And after loading the full path, I will just use width and we can set the width in the pixel. So I will set the width, let's suppose 1080, just like this. Similarly, you can add height as well. Now next, we can use the resize so that this will resize that. And also we have the fit function. Okay. So if you want to fit the image based on the width and height, we can apply this. Also we have the crop function fill max. Okay. Now if you don't want to set any property, here inside the optimizing images, only we have the optimize function. This will optimize automatically and this will reduce the size. So if we'll try to optimize it, so what I will do after setting the width, I will apply optimize as well, just like this. Now I will navigate to the browser. I will refresh the application and I will upload one more image. So I will upload the same image here. I'll click on upload and yes, the image has been uploaded. And if we'll check, we have the newly uploaded image as this one. So we have resolution, we can see we already set this to 1080. So the width is set to 1080 and the size is 46 KB. Now in the original image, we have the resolution as 1732 and the size is 176 KB. So even if we'll remove the width property from here, so let me comment it. And if we'll use optimize function only, And if we'll try to upload the same image, and if we'll check out the response, here we can see the size is 92 KB, and if we'll check the original image, the size is 176 KB. So anyhow, this is reducing the file size by compressing it. Now if we'll check out the other attributes, here we have adjustments. So in the adjustments, we can set the brightness, contrast, we can apply the gamma, okay? Also we can set the colorize property. So you can use any of these property in order to manipulate the images. Also we can apply effects just like blur, pixelate. So let's suppose if I want to apply blur over there, so simply we'll have to use blur function, and we can set the opacity like how much you want to blur it. So I will set this to 40 and I will navigate to the browser. Let's upload the same image now, and we will check the blurriness after uploading it. Yeah, image has been uploaded. Now if we'll check the response, this is the blurred image, okay? Here is the output. And if we'll check the original image, this was clearly visible. So by using this way, we can manipulate our image and compress and resize at the server side. So you can check out the documentation. Here we have different properties, okay? We have this watermark. So in the watermark, we can place any image over the original image just like this, or we can set text over there, and we can set the opacity as well. If we'll check, we can set the opacity. Also we can apply text over there as a watermark. Here we have the adding text property. So that's it. You now have a production ready backend image optimization pipeline using Laravel 12 and Spatie image package. To recap, we have covered uploading files, format conversions of images, resizing and quality tuning. Also we saw optimization chaining, and we saw the different properties here. So this is the perfect complement to our previous videos on drag and drop uploads and client-side compression. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe and share, and drop your questions in the comments. So let's keep building better applications faster. Until next time, happy coding.